Hello, I'm Andrea, certified wellness coach through the International Association of Wellness Professionals. And I am so excited about sharing with you today 4 rules or guidelines to help you start out your healthy food lifestyle right. When you're starting to eat healthy for the first time, or even thinking about eating healthy for the first time, it can be really daunting. There's so much information out there, but more than that, there's a whole lot of misinformation out there. So it's a really difficult thing to do. So hopefully these 4 guidelines help you to begin eating healthier. Number 1, no is not an option. This is one thing I learned very early on when I started eating healthier, was that saying no to foods before I had even tried them eliminated so many good, quality, nutrition-filled, delicious foods. Vegetables, fruits, proteins, grains, just because I was unsure or maybe a little scared of them. So I made a rule for myself. No was not an option until I had tried that food at least twice, cooked 2 different ways to make sure I actually truly 100% did not like that food. So before you say you don't like something or that you won't try something, you need to try it cooked 2 different ways to make sure. And if you haven't had that food in years and you remember not liking it, try it again, because our taste buds actually change about every 7 years. So who knows? You may like it now. Number 2, boring should never happen. There's this other weird misconception when we start eating healthy that foods are going to be boring. And I get it. I've seen people do it. They'll boil chicken and put nothing on it. They'll eat lettuce or kale completely plain. Guess what? Food doesn't have to be boring. With the amount of spices that are out there, the kinds of dressings that you can make homemade to be healthy, food should never be boring. And fact of the matter is, a lot of fruits and vegetables already have so much flavor to them. If it's boring, something's wrong. Your food, eating healthy, should never be boring. Number 3, and this one's important. I'm starving is not a thing. So often when people start eating healthy or they diet, right? They're hungry because they're restricting their body of food. When you're restricting your body of food, a lot of times you're also restricting your body of the nutrients that it can be having. Fruits and veggies, you can have all day long. You shouldn't have to restrict those. They're packed full of nutrients. They're great for you. So I'm starving is not a thing. They actually say that you should be eating about every 2 to 4 hours, depending on your metabolism, how hungry you are, how big or small your meal was, but about every 2 to 4 hours you should be eating. So listen to your body and make sure you're eating enough for you. But starving should never be a thing. And number 4, the 80-20 rule. Eating right and eating healthy is not a 100% all the time for the rest of your life, to the point where you can't even enjoy that piece of birthday cake at your sister's party. And that's not what a lifestyle is about. That's the difference between a diet and a lifestyle. A lifestyle allows that 20%, that life, to happen, where diets are 100% restrictive, and that's why they're not sustainable. So live by the 80-20 rule. Eating healthy the majority of the time allows for time when life actually happens, like that birthday cake. Or you get caught in a restaurant where maybe you have to eat a little bit more unhealthy because you can't really find anything great on the menu. And it's okay to live life and eat out and eat that cake and have that beverage as long as you're taking care of yourself 80% of the time. So is there one of these that you find yourself running up against every time you try to eat healthier? Every time you try to eat healthier, that same thought comes in your mind. Ugh, this food is so bland. Or I am not trying that. Which one of these do you actually find yourself running up against? And so then ask yourself, once you figure that out, ask yourself this. Who what, when, where, how was that idea conveyed to you, and how can you overcome that idea now? So if the idea that you have was that you have to be hungry to eat healthier, how was that conveyed to you? Who conveyed that to you? When? Were you a teenager when that was conveyed to you? Maybe a parent conveyed it to you, or a teacher conveyed that to you. But how was it conveyed to you? And then, how can you overcome that idea now? How can you combat that idea now? So go ahead, comment below on which rules that you found helpful and any other rules or guidelines that maybe you have used to help you eat healthier in the past. And then go ahead, pass this video along to anybody else that you think might benefit.